Yo, let me turn on the music now for real. I forgot about it. Yeah, when did Nineheart turn into Skibidi? Ugh. Skibidi cringe? No, just kidding. I don't know. Whatever. This might be a little bit loud. So today we have a different stream than usual. I'm not gonna play Wolvesville today. At least that's not the plan. But we're going to just actually talk. Stream bugging. Oh, there's streams. There's. Oh, wait. Are there skip frames? I think there are skip frames. Problem of skip frames is that I kind of need Discord to work on this stream if I need to show things. So yeah. I hope it's not gonna be too bad, honestly. I hope I don't need to resort to no music. Okay. Let's hope the stream is not gonna be... Because I do see that there are drop frames, so... Let's hope it's not gonna be too bad today. Let me see, where is the correct scene? There you go. There you go. Okay, apparently the chat is not completely in the right spot, so let's quickly... Oh! Wrong button. Something like this should work. As you can see, you can see the steam of my tea coming off right now. That's what I was doing. Alright, chatbox is in a still frame and can be for long. I have an appointment for something. Okay, that's fine. I am going to go over the role contest today. I'm gonna answer questions, explain things that I needed to do. Also, I don't really need to have my own stream opened, I think. So, let's see. The first thing I'm gonna show you is this browser tab, but not this one. This one. Yeah. Okay. How are you guys doing? How did you enjoy your Christmas, guys? Because I've not asked that even in the beginning. Or any holiday that you celebrate. Maybe you didn't celebrate Christmas, but something else. Maybe it's too hot to drink. Today I am going to look at, well, not at all 165 roles, of course, that's too much. But if any of you has a role that they want me to see, that you also submit it in the role contest. Darius is also here in the chat. Darius is one of the 4 judges. The other 2 are Snake Ixer and Ritualist. I don't know if they are going to be here at some point. But yeah. The judging format was different from last year. It was a little bit different, yeah. But we still had the last phase that we had there with the point distribution. That's something we also had last year. I think last year we did not have this phase. We had phase 1 and 2 a bit differently, because I don't know if you guys know what we did, but we had 3 phases. I can show that in Discord actually as well, because I also have a Discord tab open right here. On the left you can see the phases: round 1, 2, rankings, 3, and then tie breaking. This is where Servalnius did stuff. Yeah, those are the lists. Round 1 list is basically a list of all the roles that we selected. So here you see the list of commonalities. As you can see, Banshee was actually the role that every one of us... We had to go all through the 165 roles, and we had a list of around 25 to 30 roles. And Banshee was actually the only role that all of us selected on our initial list. So congrats to the Banshee, I guess. You will celebrate New Year. Yeah, I'm gonna celebrate New Year too. But I think like pretty much everyone celebrates it. I will check your role at Roaming Power. If you let me know what your role name is. I'd like to know Hyper's opinion on the pros and cons of the two roles I submitted, werewolf and demon. Okay, I see a message here. Hello, chat. Yeah, there you go. Darius is here. Okay. So I want to quickly show you the list that we made. So if any of your roles is in here, this is my list. So most of those are roles that actually also ended up in the contest, but I have some stuff here too, like the demon werewolf. I don't know if that's not the same as demon, probably. The psychic, guardian angel. I don't know who made those roles actually. Prince. Those are roles that I like the most initially. Like first round, you have to imagine we have to go through 165 roles. So for me at least, your role has to stand out quickly if it wants to make an appearance on this list. And after that comes the critical thinking. Then I'm going to select like, okay, I have a list of, I don't know, 40, 50 roles that I like the most. Then I'm going to think like, okay, well, this role is flawed, or this role is actually really much better than I thought. Demon was a solo voter. Yeah, I'm gonna check it because I can. If I hide Discord, for example, and I open this one, I'm gonna check a role real quick, and then I will go on with the lists. So let's go to what's the name of the role, and then let's go for the demon first. The demon. So I have an Excel document where I have a grade and a rating. So unknown voting, and it's an anarchist advanced role. Okay. The demon wins alone immediately if at the end of a voting phase it is alive and two villagers vote each other. More detailed explanation. All roles in the cursed. Okay, this one is probably one of the cases where I need to open up an Excel document because I have all the notes in an Excel. Role contest 2024 ratings. And then it's demon. I know you cannot see it. I have not made an... Okay, so this role scored a 5 for me out of 10. 5 is not enough, but it's not horrible. So my note here is that the role is really creative and more voting roles is good, but it's too easy to get two villagers to vote each other. It may already happen when two villagers share the same role and an evil claims it too, or an evil gives a red info on two villagers. That is my note on this role. So it was actually close. If you look at it differently, it could have been better. Or, yeah, maybe. Maybe Darius has an opinion on this too, or the chat. Because we are checking roles after all. You guys can also let your opinions know on anyone else's role. Yeah, I didn't have too many roles that I really rated that highly. But I also had to make a list, of course, of 25 roles at least. Because we kind of need 25 roles. This role on your initial list. Let me check. I can show if that's true. Demon. Darius Bro is the third one here. Demon. I don't think... Oh, maybe it's like on an earlier list, but it's not here. Oh yeah, it is. Demon, 104. So Demon, your Demon was on Darius's list. Was it actually on someone else's list too? No. Okay, so Darius was the only one who had this role on his list. Yeah, buffed. Yeah, there might be like some roles that we featured are like could be really good with a small tweak. Yeah, it needs to be dialed down. I agree. What numbers in role names mean? So if you see like Demon 104 that means that when I go to the role contest one again, that here it says a number. So here it's submission 104 out of 165. That's the number. So this is like my way, and also for other judges, to quickly find a role in the document here. Yeah. Yeah, paladin was the third submissions. Hello, 7 stars. I know that you have a lot of I know that you have a lot to say about the role contest, but I enjoyed that you made a list, even though I disagreed sometimes. But yeah. Also, anyone else, could you check the clown after? I will check the clown for you. Clown. Oh, I don't need to change that. Just need to do Control F here. Clown. One. Ooh, clown. Okay, let me check. So, clown is a village good red lady advanced role. Every night you can perform in front of someone. The person is a werewolf, so they won't be able to kill, use abilities. The first time you perform your role will be hidden. The second time you will be revealed to the solo all werewolves. If you visit the villager for 2 nights, you will die. So essentially, you need to visit evils. Okay. Oh yeah, this was a version of a nightmare werewolf, but then village sided. So, funnily, I know that I think I had this one on my list. Yes, I have clown on the 164 here. This was on my initial list. Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, I had this one on my initial list, but I was the only one. But there is let me check. What's the rating I gave this? A 6. Yeah. I said a half creative role, but it's cool play on a village times nightmare werewolf idea. That's what I said on this one. So yeah, Darius can also let his opinion know, and everyone else. The clown. I think you should make a list of roles to cover for Hypo, so that he doesn't need to read through. Yeah, that would be helpful, for sure. If one of you, that's not Darius, because I think Darius has a lot to say as well on the roles that we go over, then it would be helpful. Wait, what's the thing on... I think I remember Paladin's role card was supposed to be Red Lady. Oh yeah, I've heard that in a comment too, from Ritualist, I think. The Plague Doctor. We can go to the Plague Doctor, see what it is. Does anyone have this? I know that I have a role from you on my list, actually, but I don't know which one. Plague Doctor, let's see. Where is the Plague Doctor? $39. So, Village Good. Red Lady as well. Oh yeah, that's where that comes from, I guess. We've checked the clown. We've checked the clown. Ability at night, you can select 2 alive players to heal them. Healing will protect these players from all night attacks that don't bypass protection. But your healing powers are specific, so you successfully healed players will die at the end of the discussion phase after they won. Oh yeah, that is kind of a postponing mechanic. You can only successfully heal twice per game. So basically a weaker paladin, but then as a Red Lady advanced. You also automatically heal yourself every night when you heal someone else. If you will be attacked, your death will be delayed the same way. So it is very similar, honestly. It is similar. Let me check what I noted on this then. Plague Doctor. So this one is also has a 5. So it's close to Paladin, because I don't know what Paladin got from me. A 6. Yeah, it's close. I said the idea is okay, but I don't think the roll tree is right. It should have been bodyguard advanced. But you say something here about the bodyguard, I even think. Oh no, that's someone else. So it was just, if you put this like in a different roll tree in the bodyguard, I don't know if it would have worked better, but then it would have been higher. Your internet is dying. Oof. I'm thinking like, if your internet is dying, I'm checking if my stream connection is still fine, because it could also be on my end, but it should be fine. Okay. I don't think clown is... Okay, yeah, psychic. We're gonna check the psychic. Wait. So in retrospect, I'd give a 3 out of 5 on the final round, where I'd give the original version a 1. The current version is a low power protector that basically just hurts evil's ability to upright. Wait, for what role are we talking here? For the paladin? If you name your roles, or just put your name in there, then Oscar NG is going to keep up a list. I'm going to check the next role, which is the Psychic. Honestly, Psychic is a role that might have been suggested by multiple people. Yeah, that's what I say, Psychic. Okay, I don't know which Psychic this is, though. Like, they're number 929? Oh, you were replying to Sky, okay. 29 and 146. By who is this Psychic? Can you tell me? Well, there is an argument to be made for that. I can check if maybe. Let me check. Is there anyone who had the? Wait, what was the Plague Doctor again? 39. 39. Is there anyone who had 39 on the list? Yeah, so Snake had the Plague Doctor in qualified, but also Paladin. I think Snake X was the only one with Plague Doctor on the list. Yeah. Hello, Joey. How are you doing? If you requested your Psychic earlier, we can also check both. Why not, right? Who is this Psychic? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while. 9 high. Okay, I have the Psychic by 9 high. The Village, unknown. Medium. Okay, medium advanced roll. We only had one medium advanced roll on the 25. That was the astral. What does the crystal reveal? Each night you may choose 2 players. If they die that night, they will instantly get revived. If you successfully revive the player, the next night you may only choose to predict 1 death instead of 2. You may communicate. Wait, let me read this again. What does the... Each night you may choose 2 players. If they died that night... But do they have to die both? Yeah, oh yeah, 2 revives are possible. Oh yeah, 2 charges. Yeah, I see. Okay, I get it now. So you can in theory just get 2 people revived. What is my commentary on the Psychic by you? By 9 high. Psychic. I need the other one. Okay, so the Psychic got a 6 from me. Seems well balanced and a medium related role that cannot prove itself is a plus. That's what my commentary on this role was. Then I am curious now. Did it actually make it in my initial list? We are talking about number 29, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Psychic made it on my list, actually. 9 high. But yeah, I'm gonna come to the list part later. When we have gone through the queue of the... Yeah, the roles. We're gonna check we're really quickly gonna check the other Psychic too, because... It might be the case that both were requested or that the other one was requested. But at least we checked the one for reload now. Why is there 2? Oh, there's a psychologist. It's so similar. 146. Yeah, also Paladin being a worse BG is fine. Yeah, true. You don't know how Astral made it in. Yeah, I would have to check Astral. Oh yeah, this is the Psychic by IO40. Village, unknown, probably medium advanced. No, not medium advanced. Witch advanced. During the day, you may choose a player and attempt to guess which harmful effect they have. After the day ends, if your guess is correct, the harmful effect will be nullified and consumed. If not, you lose all of your remaining guesses. Honestly, not too bad. You can only guess 3 times per game. The first time you successfully nullify an effect, you gain the ability to kill another player during the night. Nightmare, Arsonist Douse, Sirens, Entrancing, Toxic Wolves, Poison, etc. Okay, so I would need to check what I gave this roll, because this doesn't even seem that bad. I gave this roll a 6 as well. Creative, but I feel like a cap of 2 correct guesses would work better. That's what I said for this psychic. I don't know if anyone asked for this psychic, but yeah. You got back home from where have you been, if you mind sharing? Mine is the Ultra Werewolf. I will check this. If you want the Ultra Werewolf to be on, then Oscar is going to update the list, I think. Some roles I really liked were Dweller and Executioner off the top of my head. If Executioner was 1 time use, it would have gotten a perfect score from me. Wow. A 1-time use. Yeah, 2 times might be a bit much, but it's okay, I think. So Ultra Sheriff, you like Ultra in your names. Yeah, I think that's also the downside of the psychic. It's maybe a little bit too hard, which it kind of sounds weird to say, but yeah, just a little bit too hard. When it comes to Astral, let's quickly check the Astral. What did the Astral do? So Astral was on 2 of our lists, 123. I think it was on mine, actually. Yes, it was on my list. And it was also on Snake's list. It was not on anyone else's list. But it definitely got the worst score. And we did talk about it a little bit more. Hello, Yarn. How are you doing? Let me see what I actually wrote about the Astral. Now it makes me curious. Astral. I gave the Astral a 6.5. Unique addition to the medium tree, but at the same time it feels like 2 random abilities were combined for the sake of making it more special in a random way. That's what my commentary was. So it was a unique addition because day chat. That's why I actually put it here. But that's, yeah. That's pretty much what kind of made it in the top 25, for me at least. And I guess also for Snake. But he's not here to confirm. Okay, we're gonna check the next role, which is the Werewolf Inventor. Let's see. Werewolf Inventor. Werewolf Inventor. I think this was Skylo's role. Yeah, Skylo. Werewolf, Evil, Nightmare. At daytime, you can select 1 player to place electric field on them. Oh yeah, this one. Everyone who will use their role abilities on this player next night will be electrified and will not be able to use their role abilities for next day and night. For example, Aura checked electrified player night 3, Aura role blocked at night 4 and day 4, but Aura doesn't have day abilities. You can electrify only maximum 3 players per... Yeah. So basically a Beast Hunter trap, but then from the werewolves and then roll blocking. And then quicker. So it's not really related to the Beast Hunter trap, but okay. I will check your rolls if it's on the list. They're on the list, yes. So what did I write about the Werewolf Inventor? In my document. Okay, Inventor actually got a... Ooh, the Werewolf Inventor first got a 7, and then on second check it got a 6.5. I said, very good roll, there's no risk reward type of Nightmare Werewolf yet, and this feels like a good execution, only the effect should take place immediately. E.g. in example, Aura should be blocked day 3, and night 4 instead of night 4 and day 4. That's what I said. Yeah. So the effect needs to take place quicker, then I would like it more. But the werewolf inventor definitely, as you can see right here in Discord, should have been on my list because of the... If you get a 6.5 or a 7, you're definitely on my list. Yeah, werewolf inventor. Here you got it. Did the werewolf inventor actually make it elsewhere though? I don't think so. No. So the werewolf inventor... I was the only one who liked it enough, apparently, to put it on the list. This is for Skylo. At least my medium advanced is different. Yeah, well... And... Werewolf hater. I've made a role called Lone Wolf that acts as an advanced alpha that works solo and kills a different target from Werewolf. Okay, so... Right from the bat, I would say that role is nah, I don't know if you intentionally did it, but it's stolen because this exists in, I think, even the offline version of Werewolf already. But yeah, that one is like that's more of the generic suggestions. We have seen more generic suggestions, by the way, which I don't know if we should go over them. If people want me to go over them, over their roles, and they're the generic ones, they choose it themselves. But yeah. Other judges want to comment on the inventor. So Darius, maybe? Something I like to note is that in round 1, there was only one role that 3 people wanted that didn't get in, and that was Police Lady. Oh yeah, the Police Lady was actually a role, as you can see right here. That actually is something that a lot of people liked, but I don't know who was the one who didn't like it. I think Darius, actually. And in the end, we didn't... We kind of had like round 2 was the... Round 2 was the round in which we kind of narrowed down to 25 from a little bit more. Yeah, let's see, round 2 rankings. We ranked the roles that were like kind of in the question here. And as you can see, from best to worst, Police Lady... Huh? How... Wait. How is the Police Lady here, though? From best to worst. Wait, did I really forget about Police Lady? What is that? Wait. That's confusing. Huh? I only see this now. Police Lady from best to worst. Oh no, this is by Ritualist. No, never mind. I was like, okay, confused. But this is the list from Ritualist. I was like, huh? But yeah. App Detective was a generic suggestion as well. Kinda, yeah, true. Go to the top 2 rankings again. Yeah, this was the one from Ritualist. This one was from Darius. I think I never really made a clear overview of the roles, apart from all my... or I did it in round 3. I could have put it in round 3 too. Okay, not really, actually. I didn't ever put it there, but... I know I have it somewhere. It's like on one of my sheets. Yeah, I have it here. I actually have it here. Okay, so we re-ranked these. How many roles were they? 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Okay, we had 13 roles. We had 13 roles that we ranked in phase 2. And they had to fill like, I think, 5 or 6 slots that we still had to fill. And we had 13 roles that could make it. And we ranked them so that we could narrow it down. And now it's like... Then we made a list. And that actually made Charming Wolf, Wizard, Donkey Wolf, Bipartisan Wolf, Dweller, and Winter Wolf actually qualify for the final 25. And the Police Lady actually just missed out on that, if I see this correctly. It's kind of vague to see. Stifler also just missed out on that. Yeah. So some rolls were really close actually to making it instead. They are on the list. I'm gonna check the next roll now. I'm checking. There you go. We've invented werewolf. The wolf camoufleur. That's the next one I will be checking. Wolf camoufleur. Another one by Skylo. I think this is the last one by Skylo. Number 100. Werewolf evil. Guardian wolf. Twice per game during daytime, you can select one player to put camouflage on them. Players under camouflage cannot be lynched this day. It will be announced to everyone that selected player is hidden under camouflage and nobody will be able to vote them today. If Wolf Camouflage activated his ability and there was no lynching, the second voting phase will start plus 30 seconds. You cannot use ability more than once on the same player. Oh yeah, so basically you can make someone unvotable. That's what this roll does. I would have to check what I wrote on this one. I will check the demon werewolf soon. If Oscar can repost this list soonish, I think Oscar does a great job at that. For the werewolf camoufleur though, okay, the wolf camoufleur got a 6 from me. So this is a fresh take on the Guardian Wolf tree. 2 protections, but they are announced. This might get similar feel to the Wolfluencer in that a player who's manipulated announced will be framed as non-werewolf. Or as werewolf in this case. It's no hard solid defense you'd get from Guardian Wolf, Jelly Wolf, but you can influence how villagers vote. There should perhaps be a con for village of waiting for second voting phases. Hence not higher than a 6. That's what I put there. Let's see if there's anyone else who put this roll. I think I have this one on my list in the end. This is not round 1. Wolf Camoufleur, number 100. I do have Wolf Camoufleur on my list, indeed. Was there anyone else with this roll, though? Doesn't seem like it, yeah. So, Skylo, unfortunately, I think I put all of your rolls, or 2 of them, on the list, but nobody else did. Hello, Maestoso, welcome in. You're late. Nah, you can still ask about things if you want to. Also, hello, AKP. Are you the developer of the game? No, I'm not. No, I'm definitely not. I have contact with the developers, but I'm not the developer. I'm just a YouTuber. Yeah, that's everything, really. Yeah, so Darius is not a major fan of all of the interact with this person to enable an effect. You can protect anyone, same with God. Yeah, you can protect, but it's announced. Okay, so the wolf camoufleur is there. I'm gonna check the mirror wolf next. So, Skylumor, that's everything, I think, for your rolls, because those are your 3 rolls that we just discussed. I hope that your answer was useful, or that our answer was useful. Mirror wolf, let's see. The most important thing I still have to say, though, at some point in phase 2, when we had a sort of roll, we put 5 rolls, the 5 most common rolls that we discussed, but we couldn't really agree on yet. We put those for the 13 ranking, for that phase 2 voting, we put them in there. And then I decided that everyone got to pick 2 other rolls from their initial list that nobody else selected to put on the list as well. And that is where your rolls didn't make it for me, but 2 other rolls did. I'm gonna check Undercover when it's on the lists. Mirror Wolf is next, though, from Dr. Sus. What does the Mirror Wolf do? Evil. Guardian. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay. Every night, the Mirror Wolf can place a mirror on any alive player, including the mirror itself. if abilities or votes are casted on a player during the next day or night, the effects of the abilities or votes will be accounted to the abilities or votes were used on the player that used the ability themselves. Mirrors affect voting, village abilities as well as solo killers and converters, but werewolf abilities are immune to the mirrors. Mirrors cannot be placed on the same player for 2 consecutive days. So, honestly, this role really was too similar to the Stormwolf that featured on my channel at some point. For me. Hello, Ritualist. Welcome in as well. Welcome to the stream. Ritualist is one of the judges too. You expected it to be tomorrow. Sadly I have to work tomorrow. Otherwise I would have done it maybe tomorrow. But yeah, that's for the Mirror Wolf. I can't see what I exactly wrote, but it's pretty similar to the Stormwolf idea by Simon that I actually featured on my channel. Yeah, Mirror Wolf got a 4 for me. Mirror Wolf. The concept would be new for Wolvesville, but mirroring abilities isn't that original as an idea. Also, this role seems a lot stronger than the Guardian Wolf. That's what I wrote for the Mirror Wolf. I don't know if anyone else selected this role. I could check. Mirror Wolf, what number is that again? Mirror Wolf, 103. Is there anyone who selected 103? Definitely not me. Definitely not Snake. Also not Darius. And okay, Ritualist did select 103. So Ritualist, maybe Ritualist can explain what you liked about the Mirror Wolf for Dr. Sus. But other than that, I don't really have much more to say about the Mirror Wolf. I'd like to note that Dweller is a great example of how to make a joke role actually fun to play with. True. So if the next role contest will be 2025, do you think it will be early, mid, definitely late 2025? But I don't know exactly. I'm having some plans for 2025. I can announce them in this stream actually. But yeah, I wanted to talk about 2025 in general later on. But first we'll go through some more roles because that's just what we need to do as well. Oh, Ritualist just said they couldn't chat. Okay, well they can now at least. Let's see. What's the next role on the list? I'm gonna check the next role. Are you ranking roles? I want to make a new role like idea, but I didn't know how to write. I'm not ranking roles anymore right now, but maybe next year. Oh yeah. Surveillance helped with the tie breaking. Yes. Surveillance helped actually with a lot of role contests in the past, but this year he didn't want to. But I asked him for the tie breaking, then he was fine, and I understand it because the role contest, working on the role contest is a lot of work. Don't underestimate that. And I totally understand why someone would not do it because yeah, it takes a lot of time. But yeah, tie breaking is just a bit easier. You just don't have to do as you just can go over a couple roles and just decide which is better. Like for example, he decided second and third place, Executioner and Elector, and he decided Executioner would be in second. Luckily for us though, or yeah, I don't know. Luckily, that doesn't even matter that much. But yeah, on the other hand, lucky because as you can see right here, the final ranking, the signature wolf won with a great distance. Thanks for the subscription. I couldn't see it. My alert box is hidden. That's annoying. I should have had it here. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the follow. I think it is Kiki's tutor time, but I'm not sure. Hello, Lazu. Hello, welcome in. I'm gonna move on to the next role, which is the Ultra Werewolf. The Ultra Werewolf by, I don't know which... someone suggested in the chat here. The Ultra Werewolf. Let's go to the Ultra. Let's put this here. Ultra Werewolf. Okay. Oh, we have to go here first, of course. Okay, so there's Ultra Sheriff, Ultra Aura Seer, and Ultra Werewolf. Okay, Ultra Werewolf. Number 18. Okay. This is Werewolf, Evil. And... wait, what? Serial Killer. Okay, yeah, this was kind of weird already. Serial Killer Advanced Roll. And Werewolf. And, yeah, Evil. Okay, 3 times per game you can activate your ability hiding the rolls of all players killed that night. You can mark 3 players once per game. You can perform an explosion killing all marked players that night. It can be a strong advanced roll of the Confusion Wolf. Okay, so he put it as the... didn't put it as Circular, but as Confusion Wolf apparently. Plus the Illusionist makes it really strong. Yeah, it is a strong werewolf, but this kind of feels like, I don't know, not a troll submission, but just not a really well thought out roll, if I have to be honest. I can check what I said on it on the commentary. Yeah, this roll got actually got a 1. I said way too OP and no proper roll tree, because Circular is probably not an ideal fit here. So I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but I think you can definitely polish out this concept still. Yeah, the I like the Wizard too. The Wizard was one of my favorites from the start. Yeah, Ultra is just a better strange Confusion Wolf, yeah. Okay, we're going to the next one. Also an Ultra Sheriff, I think it was. Ultra Sheriff. Okay, Ultra Sheriff. Ultra Sheriff. Probably something along the lines. Solo Killer. Okay. Evil. So that's already a strange pick again. Another Serial Killer advanced role, but at least it's Serial Killer. Oh yeah, and now we see a language that I don't get. This is probably its role. So yeah, what did I put here? I also put it here, empty answer. That's what I said. Yeah. So this one, I don't know. This is what language is this? It feels like some sort of Slavic language or Polish. I don't know. Alright, thank you for the list. I'm going to move on to the Undercover. Let's go, Undercover. What is the Undercover about? 40. I'm gonna check Undercover right now. And Lawyer is something that's gonna come later, I think, because it's not on the list yet. Undercover, there's 1. Okay, Undercover, this is by 9 high. So the voting, unknown. A Headhunter. Ability, lesson 1. Fit in infinite uses. Each night you can choose 2 players to spy on them. If one of them dies or both any means, you get a point. If you get 3 points, you win the game and flee. If none of the players died, you get a minus point. Oh yeah, this one. So I think, I don't know, I like what this role kind of has, because it kind of has this Town of Salem feeling that it doesn't end the game, but at the same time it has nothing to do with voting. So I don't know. I would not really put this as a Headhunter advanced role, I would say. This really feels like a third-party role. But yeah, even something like Cursed or Cupid is kind of strange. This screams kind of a new role family, and then have other roles that are like solo, without ending a game and having certain conditions. But yeah. I'm not going to review official roles from the tournament unless I really have no other things to really say. But yeah, that was not the idea for this stream, at least. So this is the Undercover by 9 high, by the way. Let me check what I said exactly on this. Undercover, a 6. So I said it was the role is unique within the game and would fit the headhunter if the headhunter was slightly modified. That's what I said. But yeah, what I also just said is also something I have in my mind. Like, it just feels kind of weird in the roll tree, in the system we have right now. But if we had a new roll tree for it, with a new advanced roll as well, it would work. I would see it happen. So yeah, the roll itself is not bad. It's just, yeah, there's not the right context for it, kinda. But couldn't you just force selection to be during discussion phase? This added voting phase just makes it clunky. For what role is that? Other roles like the arbiter, who can put the lynch player on the trial instead of killing, and then the role can decide whether... I don't know if I've seen that actually in the roll contest. That could be interesting though. Do you have any feedback about Donkey Wolf, Wolf Suffragist, and Paparazzi? Yeah, we have like... Okay, well, Donkey Wolf and Wolf Suffragist are like roles that actually qualified on the 25. Hello Cool Guy, and also hello Visual Audio. Oscar will put them on the list. Oscar NG is keeping up a list of roles that are in the queue and that we are going to review. So now we have the Undercover. I don't know if anyone actually qualified the Undercover. We can check that real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next role. Round 1 lists. Undercover. Wait, what number was Undercover again? 40. So, 40, 40, 40. So I didn't select it, but it was close, I would say. Snake didn't select it. Darius didn't select it. And, okay, Ritualist did select the Undercover. So maybe Ritualist can talk about the Undercover for you. For Werewolf Camoufleur, aha, okay. Yeah, I kind of had a similar feeling towards the Werewolf Camoufleur. Lepia Dome Monad is Maestoso, the winner of the roll contest, actually. The theming does not help the Donkey Wolf. I agree. It's kind of weird, but honestly, when I look at roll contests, there's 2 things that I always have to keep in mind. First of all, the theming, I don't really look at theming, because you can change if the concept is cool, the theming can be changed really easily. Like you can easily change the name and the ability icons and stuff like that. Second thing I also don't look at is how satisfied a roll tree is. Like, surely it's the more satisfied a roll tree is, the less likely it's gonna stand out or it's gonna be creative. But if you got a really good junior werewolf advanced roll, I'm not gonna give it minus points because it's junior advanced roll, you know. So yeah, that's 2 things that I keep in mind. So I sometimes see comments like, okay, well, cool roll, but we don't need another junior of advanced roll or another wolf sound advanced roll. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's maybe for the player perspective. If we really look at roles that would be added to the game, then no, maybe not indeed. But if we look at judging roles, just how they are, then that's not a factor. What did I miss? I actually didn't really... we only just went over some roles, foremost. And I explained a bit of the progress, or the process of how we judged. Alright. Gameplay loop against with S. Yeah, that's exactly... that matters a lot. Especially the against side is something people really forget about sometimes. Like, that's really where you see good roles shine. If playing against a role is fun, like I would say Wolf Shaman is, and most roles are fun to play against, I would say, then a role is just gonna be better. And if a role is toxic to play against, like I would say pretty much any converter. What else? Astro, of course, major example. Seer, Vigilante, any reveal ability pretty much. Then it's just gonna take points for a roll. Alright, so sorry for the hate speech. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna check the next roll that was on the short list. Yeah, the new role family that's kind of solo, separate team. That would be great. And if that were a thing, I would definitely be... I would definitely like something like the Undercover that you just put there. But right now, it's not really something I can put in a correct role tree. Alright, let's go to the Selfless Werewolf. Selfless Werewolf is gonna be next. And what do we have with Selfless Werewolf? Selfless Werewolf. Who has submitted this one? 163. Joshi. Selfless Werewolf. Evil. Then we have Shadow Advanced. It is. Roll card compare. Yeah, okay. Knight, once per game you can activate the ability to manipulate the votes from all villagers who vote a werewolf to let them vote a player picked by you. And after the first night you can select up to 3 players who will get sent into a deep sleep the night after you die. So there are some... I feel like, first of all, these two abilities feel kind of random, mushed together. I feel like that second role... That second idea could be super good for a junior advanced role, but that first one kind of is weird for me. It doesn't really click with me. I can look what I wrote about the Selfless Werewolf, one of the lower numbers in submissions. Okay. Oh yeah, I actually wrote... I gave this a roll of 3 because the... roll is busted, because villagers can just concede one voting phase, but can vote anyone, communicate to everyone who they vote to see if their vote gets redirected, thus exposing the werewolves. That's what I wrote on this roll. So, yeah, cool concept. I would say without ability 1 would have been a great roll, but ability 1 is busted, so that's why this roll did not make it for me. I can check if anyone else put 163 on the list, though. Let's see. But I don't... Okay, yeah. Darius put 163 on the list. And that's it. Yeah, Darius is the only one who put it on the list there. What roll got 31st? So you mean... I don't know what roll got 31st, honestly. Like, we've not... I know the roll that was, like, closest that didn't make it in. Because that is, like, on this sheet of paper. Like, if that is the one... If there's one roll that was closest to making it in... Pooh. Why is it so hard to read this? Oh yeah, this one is a 41. The lower the score, the better the roll was. Selfless Werewolf was actually on this round phase 2 list as well. How Astral and Wolf Ambassador? Let me see. Is Astral... Well, okay, for the Astral... Astral is the two thing... Snake and I put the Astral on our list. And I think what happened after that is that the Astral didn't get any feedback from Ritualist and Darius. And if a role doesn't get feedback but after phase 1, what I do then is I assume that nobody has anything to say about the role, so then I put it in the 25. It got a low score pretty much from everyone, I believe, but yeah, nobody really commented on the role, so like I kind of gave the opportunity for people to criticize roles that other people picked. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were okay with it. Maybe they didn't take the chance to look at it. I don't know. Whatever. And Ambassador, Wolf Ambassador though. Wolf Ambassador, let me see. What did Wolf Ambassador do again? It's not in phase 2. Wolf Ambassador made it past phase 1 immediately. I think this is the same case here. Who had Wolf Ambassador there? Me and probably Snake then. No, not Snake. Darius and I had Wolf Ambassador on the list. And yeah. Nobody really criticized it. And we liked it. I can say what I can look what I gave this role actually, the Wolf Ambassador. And then I will move on to the next role because we still have a lot of roles to cover. The Wolf Ambassador got a 7 from me. I said this is like idea 138, but worked out way better in my opinion. And 138 is actually something... I saw a comment about this. The Mediator. I don't know who gave this idea again, but I said on 138... Creative role that really aligns with the Alpha Werewolf idea, but might be underpowered. And I feel like 138 was basically like an Alpha Werewolf advanced role that could communicate with solos, with the solo killer only. Whereas the Wolf Ambassador could select anyone to communicate with. So it's basically a more useful, more versatile version of that private communication. That's how it made it in. Yeah, I really like that idea. In hindsight, though, it might be a little bit underpowered, but I feel like it still holds up decently well. Maybe towards the bottom of the list, for the 25, but it's definitely... I would still say I'm still a fan of it. Yeah, there's 25. And 26th place, if it comes to 26th place, Stifler got 26th. I can show what Stifler does, if you guys want that. Yeah, also Cosmic Silence, that's for that one role indeed, the Selfless Werewolf. It's combined of Juni Werewolf and Night Werewolf. I didn't like the Night Werewolf part there. The Juni Werewolf part though would have been great. It would have been great, but then it would have been a Juni Werewolf advanced role. Like I would see like, okay, if you die, you rollblock 3 people for the next night or even day. Like, I mean, that could be useful, you know? That could be fun. You could do stuff with that. Like, that, I would definitely like that idea a lot. I disagree with you, Skylo, because villagers don't want to talk with you because they have, like, nothing to gain. But you can... Solos... It can be super useful, especially in more competitive environments, to talk between solos and werewolves. It can be useful for the werewolf fan or the cursed. Like maybe you can approach the cursed and say like, okay, we're gonna convert you later on or something like that, and just make sure to not expose us or push us. And you can also make communication with the instigator, with your couple, with your sorcerer, even though it's a bit slow in the process. But yeah, it's a good role. It's just like, okay, the village side is not like that interesting, but it's balanced, it's unique, and it can be useful at times. So I would say Wolf Ambassador is a great role. It's not top 10 worthy, but it's definitely deserved its place in the top 25 in my opinion. Can you print a roll contest paper so I can make a roll from scratch? I don't know print, but I can... I could reopen it. I'm not gonna check it, but if you want to use this form, I can reopen it after this stream. So that you can, like, just fill it in. You read Sky's message out of context. Yeah, well... Okay, let me check. Is Oscar here with the list? Let me check. I'm gonna scroll that back. Okay. I think Oscar has to go. Okay. So if someone can update that list, I see Demon Werewolf. I'm gonna copy paste the list that we have here. This was the list. If anyone can copy paste that and update it, that would be very kind of you. I'm going to move on from the Selfless werewolf to the demon now. Demon werewolf, I mean. Demon werewolf. Where's demon werewolf? We've like, oh my god, we also have a demonic wolf. Oh my god, so generic names. Oh, some of you don't have good names. Oh, I don't know. I've seen those names so often as well in earlier contests. But yeah, it's just sometimes it's hard to come up with a name. You have 3 roles in the list, yes. So we will come to your roles eventually too. Yeah, also, my Stosa, you still need to contact me. Demon werewolf. Werewolf, evil, nightmare. Okay, nightmare, evil. Okay. Twice per game during the game, you can select 2 players to put them and yourself into the shadow realm for the next night. This already feels kind of, okay, weird. You can select other werewolves too. You 3 cannot use abilities but can talk to each other. The Shadow Realm does not give anyone protection against any attacks. The Shadow Realm will break as soon as anyone dies during the night. If you select no one or only one person, nobody will put. So basically, this is jailer for werewolves, or warden, I would almost say. What did I actually say of this role? The number 22. 2022. Okay, I gave this a 6. Demon. I think I even qualified this, if I see this correctly. Fun variation to the Nightmare Werewolf. It feels a bit strong, but I'm not sure how much the Demon Werewolf will, being Shadow Realmed, will be of help to village, and thus how much it compensates. It definitely requires more than the Nightmare Werewolf. More thought than the Nightmare Werewolf. Like, oh yeah, what I basically thought, like, okay, if you play this wrong, you can actually put your own team more at a disadvantage than the village. So that's what I had to say about the Demon Werewolf. Then for when it comes to the lists, let me check real quick how that goes. Also, why is the Discord not loading? What is that? Discord, hello? Okay, Discord kinda bugged there for a second. Shadow Realm from Brawl Stars. Yeah, the Shadow Realm, the name already kinda was off. But what did I do with this role though? The Demon Werewolf number 22. I put it on my list. It was not one of my highest rated roles, absolutely not. But I put it on my list. But I think nobody else did it. Yeah, and then I didn't decide to qualify it for round 2. Because I had 2 odd picks from round 2. Hello, welcome back, Ritualists. Wolfmaster is a fun role. It isn't the best, but I feel like you'd play it, you'd actually have fun. Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. It's a fun role. And I would say it's more fun than Alpha Werewolf. I think it's like, on strength-wise, it might be similar. Maybe weaker, maybe stronger, depending on the setup. But yeah. It's definitely not as strong as Summoner or Stubborn, but it's still like, okay. Definitely deserving of its roast. Hello, Joker. Welcome in. I was watching your stream. I assume you're not streaming anymore. I also see a DM from you. Let me check that real quick, but without spoiling it. Oh, yeah. Okay, Joker says we should stream... that we should switch... That I should switch to Wolvesville when I'm done. And then we stream together. Maybe we will do that at some point, but... oh, that's the wrong server. Let's see. There you go. If we do that, don't know. It depends on how much discussion goes on here. You do stream. Yeah, Joker is live right now as well. He's streaming. You're streaming Super Animal Royale, right? I was watching you a little bit. But yeah, I would be lurking you, but sadly my Wi-Fi is really bad and I have to close as many tabs as I can so that the stream at least stays a bit stable. Right. Yeah. Yeah, the communication with the solo is useful at times. And I feel like the fact that the Wolf Ambassador, when you use your ability and chat with someone, you actually don't have access to the werewolf chat that night, that actually compensates for it very well. I think that's a good way to implement it. You will stream for a few more hours. Okay, well, I will stream for 2 more hours probably. So maybe there's a chance. If anyone has an updated list, otherwise I will just go off my own list and I don't know, yeah. Right, where is that? Demon Werewolf, Donkey Wolf. Okay, the Donkey Wolf we've already kinda... Okay, Darius, thank you. The Donkey Wolf. We could look at the Donkey Wolf, although it has, of course, qualified. So, Donkey Wolf... I actually really rooted for this role, or rooted. I don't know. That sounds like the word worst, but this was one of my personal favorite. This one really clicked with me. Donkey Wolf. Oh yeah, we just have to go here. So the theming is kind of weird, especially the fart ability. Like, the name should be changed probably, but I really like the premise of this role. So, during the night, you can select the player for the next day. If they get voted out, everyone who voted them will be nightmared for the next day. So this is probably the... This is like... it's hard to get this used because... You need... to select someone already in the night, and you have to kind of push them. Or you have to know that they're gonna... Or you have to select a werewolf and know they're gonna be the one who die. But if it works, you are gonna nightmare a lot of people. So, and potentially a lot of useless villagers, because, I mean, there's a lot of villagers that have day abilities, but you can potentially block a couple informers and protectors and have a great night as a nightmare werewolf. So, I would, as a nightmare werewolf advanced role, as a donkey wolf. So, this is a interesting ability for sure. And the Bray ability, I think this one is a little bit less interesting, a bit more generic, but it actually works well in combination with this one. Because during the day you can select the player for the night, and then if they get interacted by any type or ability, then everyone who interacted with them will be muted for the next day. This is kind of like... yeah, this is more standard idea, honestly. But I had this Donkey Wolf. Donkey Wolf was one of my very favorites. Initially, when I read this first, I gave it an 8. That's the highest number I gave. I gave it to a couple roles, but this was one of them. On second sight, I gave it a 7, but it was definitely in the top of my list. I said very creative and plays perfectly with game reading and trying to force missed inches. It could be really OP, but that's really if you are good with this role. If you know who is going to be lynched, then it can be strong. But it's a very skillful role, this one. Theming is kind of weird, but yeah. Donkey Wolf was the troll of 2023 speculations right when I joined. I don't know what that was, actually. That kind of passed me then, I guess. What are the requirements? I approached judges. But how I approached my judges is like, first I went to the judges from last year, but Surveillance didn't want to. Horatio I never got an answer to, but I think Horatio left the community, because I searched in Discord, in the Wolvesville Discord, and he wasn't even there anymore. And Snake was actually the only judge from last year that wanted to join again. And then I felt like, okay, I know Darius is good at role design and has a critical eye for role, and then he wanted to join, and Darius and I had to look for a 4th judge, and I went in the Discord server of Wolvesville, and I was just looking for people who had good roles submitted, or just have like a strong eye for role design, and then Darius actually came with ritualist, and I also thought of ritualist around the same time. So then ritualist was the 4th member, and Sylvanus was kind enough to do the tie breaking for us at the end, which we had to do a lot of tie breaking this year. You also have interest in being a judge. Maybe you can be a judge in the future if someone departs. I don't know. I have eyes on people who can be judges, but there is one requirement for being judged. That's that you don't have a role in the role contest. So yeah, one thing that was for sure was that Darius wasn't gonna win it again, because he has no submissions this year. Yeah, internal recommendations. They're like, I don't have actual qualifications. You don't need papers, of course. I just have to know you, and I need to know. Like, I know there's also people who have a very bad eye for role design in the Wolvesville Discord server. Those are the people I would not invite. And personally, I don't know. I probably don't have the best eye for role design. Like, at least not within our team. But I have the baggage, you know. I have the history with all the role contests. So, and I'm obviously organizing it. Like, I would only not be a judge if I really want to host it, but I really don't have the time to judge. If that would be the case next year, then I would have to step down as judge, but I would still like supervise it and make the videos and everything like that and host it. 2023 was so fire. Yeah, 2023 role contest was also really nice. Alright, let's see. What's the next role? Wolf suffragist. That's what I see next. Wolf suffragist. Another role that actually made it in. I hope you guys actually enjoy that I have next to the chat. You can see like the roles that made it in. Constantly, you can like if you kind of forgot about what a role does in the top 25, you can read it quickly. I figured that would be nice to put in there. Right, number 21, Wolf Suffragist by Chili Willy, Baldstar, Werewolf, Evil. I kind of forgot what this one was about. Like, when you have oh yeah, the Wolfluencer advanced role, then I know it again. This one is the one that subtracts votes. So, yeah, I like this role. What I would probably be the biggest fan of this role is the fact that it would come with Wolfluencer being separated from Junior Werewolf 3, because I'm not someone who is like, okay, it does feel weird to have a Wolfluencer as the advanced role of the Junior Werewolf, but I would say it's not like, okay, well, this role would make so much more sense as the base role for the Wolfluencer. Not saying the Wolfluencer is the main reason why this one ended high, but it would fit so well in the family with the Wolfluencer. That's why I really like this role. And if I look at my rating for this one, 24. No, it's not 20. It's 21. Wolf Suffragist. I got a 7. This is a great role idea. Might be a bit strong, but it's separated with Wolfluencer. This should work really well. That's what I put for this role. And if we go to the Discords, then I can see what other judges thought of this. Number 21. That is a Wolf Suffragist. And then we have Snake, who did not put this here. Darius did put Wolf Suffragist in the list, and Ritualist did not. So this was one other role from Darius and me. Yeah, I mean, you had some good roles, Skylo. It would have made the cut, I think, if one other judge would have liked your roles as well. Because then it would have had a stronger candle. Because right now, yeah, there were other roles. Let me check. What is the one role that I put in the list here. I kind of forgot what my role was. But yeah, here you can see the list of the 13 roles of phase 2. I kind of forgot which roles I had as exclusives. But I definitely know that Donkey Wolf was one of them. Let me check. I can actually see that here as well. In my Excel document, I think. Is it Charming Wolf? Yeah, I think the Charming Wolf would have been the other one if nobody else put the Charming Wolf there. Or did someone else put the Charming Wolf in? Yeah, so the Charming Wolf and the Donkey Wolf, those are the two roles I think that I put in the top in the phase 2. And that's why your roles didn't make it in, for example, but also other roles. You'd give it a 4 in, yeah. You're gonna check what you gave 5s. I can also check it if you want, but yeah. I mean, let me check what I gave a 5. Round 3 points. Because this is something I've not... Oh yeah, I've not given a single 5. Like, actually in hindsight, I could have given a 5 maybe to the signature wolf. But the signature wolf got 19 out of 20 because I didn't give it a 5. Otherwise, it would have had a 20, a full score. Because here you can see 5 from Snake, 5 from Darius, and 5 from Ritualist. But yeah, 19 absolutely deserved winner still. Yeah, suffragist just fell short. I gave the suffragist a 3 out of 5. So that's like middle. Snake really liked the suffragist, gave it a 4. Darius put it a 4 as well, and Ritualist gave it a 2. Yeah, Ritualist was the one who was least keen on this role. Alright, let me go to the next role actually. And also, hello Gymsticks. Can we have a review of Attention Werewolf? Attention Werewolf, if someone can put it on the list in the queue, we have a queue for roles that I review. Also, hello Absolute, how are you doing? I only see your hello right now, but you also left a couple comments now and then on your rankings and how you liked roles. Yeah, Dresser Wolf, Southern Bell, Journalist, Glitch Wolf, all 2023 roles. I can't find the list anymore. Also, I think that no, the playlist isn't over. I'm checking if I can find the list. It's been a while. Okay, I see it here. Here's the list. I'm gonna put it in the chat again. Let's see. So, oh, you have the list as well. Okay, thank you. Let's see. What is gonna be the next role that we check then? We are going to the paparazzi, the one role that Chili Willy made but did not make it in the list. So what about the paparazzi? Village Goods Sheriff. You can give a camera to one player each night that will stay with them forever. If that player dies, they will get pictures of their attacker. You will not get your information until you decide to get all your cameras back during the discussion phase. At that point, you will get all the pictures and know the attackers. If so, you lose your ability permanently. Players will know if they receive a camera. So I think I put something about the paparazzi for sure, but this immediately gave me vibes from a previous role contest. I said, I really like this idea, but it needs a small nerf. For example, make it reveal 2 killers at most. Yeah. And also, what I also got some cameraman vibes from this role. Cameraman is a role that was made for Role Contest of 2022, I think. By Sambo de Grote. He made that role, so yeah. That's my take on the paparazzi. If I check the Discord though, what did other people think? Because it was definitely not the worst, it was just the least of your 3. Paparazzi, number 20, I think. Okay, yeah, so Snake put it here. Yeah, Snake was the only one who put the paparazzi here. He's also the only judge he's not here. Also, that was my phone. Suffragist Wolf was a good role, to be honest. I just prefer wolves that encourage being aggressive over being passive. That is a fair argument. You didn't like a single role. I liked the Southern Belle, but that was my personal favorite. Also, holy moly, is there no music? You don't have to... Why is there no desktop audio for the whole time? I have been playing music all this time and there's been no music here. What is that? Oh boy. Paparazzi would have gone in my round 1 list if it were self-proofable. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's the paparazzi. We're going to the next one, which is the signature wolf. Okay, I think we don't have to go too much into the signature wolf because we all know what happened to the signature wolf. Hello. Why is this so slow? Signature wolf, the winner by Allegretto or Maestoso. Okay, werewolf, evil, shaman. Sign 2 players every day, one with the rule, and yeah, okay. We all know what this role is. I will read my initial feedback for this role, because that might be interesting. Signature wolf. Where did I put this one? Yeah, I definitely... Okay, I gave this role a 7. I like the doubt element that the role brings to the game, although it feels a lot stronger than the wolf shaman still. That's what I actually had as feedback for the signature wolf. I feel like I still have to agree to some extent. Like, I know that the doubt element is there, but I feel like it's still gonna be a little bit stronger than the shaman. Even though there is a doubt element, and with the shaman you can like actually fool people much harder, but it's also much harder to play the shaman. Dweller and Wizard didn't serve that high. Well, Dweller was... Well, I will tell you about the Dweller. I will tell you about the Dweller real quick, or show you rather. So when it comes to round 3, oh, what's here? Selfless Werewolf. Oh yeah, this is also nice. Signature Wolf, Ghost Wolf, Lucid Wolf. Okay. So when it comes to the Dweller, round 3 points. I gave the Dweller a 3-pointer. That's a mid score. Snake gave the Dweller a 1. Darius gave the Dweller a... Where is it? 4. And Ritualist gave the Dweller a 5. So Darius and Snake, or Ritualist, were big fans of the Dweller. I was like, yeah. The theming is kind of weird, but not necessarily the theming, but because I don't really judge on theming, but it just doesn't feel like a Wolvesville type of role. But I could see it work, and I could see it be very fun, especially. It would be a fun role. And Snake really couldn't get the hang of it. He really didn't like it, honestly. So yeah, that was really on the Dweller. Yeah, Dweller was one of your top roles, Darius, indeed. Same for... Ritualist was the biggest fan, I think, of the Dweller. But that gave it a 13 score. Score 13 here, Dweller. And yeah, that's... that put it actually tied with Wizard, Bluff Werewolf, Wolf Suffragist, and Paladin. And then we can check the tie-breaking, because this is the case where Cervelnius had to say something about it. Yeah, case 3. So what did Cervelnius say on case 3? Okay, case 1, case 2, case 3. Wizard is a great role with good intention in mind. The evils know who the wizard is protecting, but the protection is more of a ward to keep evils away rather than trying to get protection itself off. While Dweller isn't exactly original, it would be interesting to see its mechanic involved, so I assume everyone will know it is in-game, but the mechanic of players having to roll block themselves to survive is quite interesting. That is why it's really rated that high. And then Bluff Werewolf and Wolf Suffragist and Paladin. Surveillance wasn't really a great fan of the Paladin, I think. While it has more protections than Bodyguard, stalling the attack can confirm Paladin in-game, and also the upside of successful protection isn't as compensated with the roll. Yeah, so this was what Cervelnius said about those cases. But yeah, in theory, the Dweller could have been 8th, but it could also have been 12th. So yeah, there was some the leeway there. It was close. Also, is the music over? I think the music just ended. Yeah, I'm gonna replay this playlist. You didn't hear most of it anyways. Unfortunately, I didn't even notice that there was no desktop audio. Yeah, the Dweller is inspired by Dead by Daylight's Dredge, indeed. I have never played it, but I've heard it from Cervelnius and apparently from Darius, and also from, I think Snake also came with it. Alright, let me check the next roll. That is the Ghost Werewolf. Okay, so like now, if someone were to give the idea Ghost Werewolf, I would like, the name would be bad because there is already a Ghost Werewolf right now. But at this time, when the Ghost Werewolf was submitted, we had no signs of a Ghost Wolf yet in the game. Also, do we have Ghost of Sadness, Ghost Commander? Oh yeah, Ghost Commander is also on the list actually. About the Ghost Wolf, I don't know who submitted this one. I suppose the people were so against that solo voting. Which one do you mean? The Extremist? We had two. We also had the Collector. The Collector was more of a basic idea, and the Extremist was a very controversial one. Actually, the most controversial one for sure. The Ghost Wolf, Werewolf, Evil, Junior Werewolf. You can permanently send your soul into a player. From now on, they will count as a werewolf, and you will no longer count for the werewolf win condition. If you die, everyone will learn who is carrying your soul. Oh yeah. So this is a fun idea, I guess, but let me see what I had to say at that time, because right now it's a little bit harder to think of it. 129. I said it was I gave it a 5, the Ghost Wolf. Creative, but I may appear underpowered, especially when the village gets to know who the soul has when you die. But honestly, if they would get to know if they would not know who the soul has, then it would be broken. Because yeah, then they would just have to randomly lynch people to find out who is the carrier. Extremists received undeserved hate. Yeah, so people would probably disagree. I'm pro-extremist. I'm not like some. I do recognize its flaws, but there were some people who were really like, okay, even if a sonic voting punishes the village for doing the right thing in the slightest, it's a bad roll. It should not be top 25. Even though I think it was balanced really well around that. If you consider that they have to lynch evils sometimes, depending on who they predict, I guess. But yeah, if you keep that in mind, and then how it was actually balanced out, I think it was really not that bad. So that's what about, yeah, the Extremist. You don't like Extremist. Yeah, I think there were more people who didn't like Extremist. Yeah, collector was the one that needed to gain points by... They had to, what was it? Select a player at night, and then they had to get votes on that player. And if they, at the end of the discussion, or at the end of the voting phase, and that would count towards the score, and if they got 20 points, they would win. And if they would select a villager, and the villager got mislynched, they would get bonus points. That was like the collector. Kind of like, it's good, but it's nothing too special. Okay, see you later, Maestoso. And yeah, hit me up in Discord still about the payment. Let's go. What's the next one? Thanks for the streaming. Thank you for being here, actually, and thank you for the roll. That was great. Let's move on to the Lucid Werewolf, which is Lucid Werewolf. Is there anyone else who has a role they want to see? Because we can still feature roles. Lucid Werewolf by Team Roll Me. Cool guy. Oh yeah, cool guy. I don't know if you're still here, but we are gonna check your role right now. Werewolf, Evil, Nightmare. Okay, boost, 3 uses. Choose any werewolf a day, excluding Shadow Wolf and its advantage. The next day, the selected player will be able to use their target-based abilities on an extra target. Oh yeah, just double abilities, essentially. Or recast their abilities again, and on non-target-based ability, they get an extra ability usage. Price per game, yeah, okay, that would be the description. If used on blind werewolf, they can check 3 players. Yeah, so what did we write about this role here? The Lucid Wolf. I think, first of all, creative-wise, probably not the highest thing. It's I gave it a 5, so that's 5 you have to see like as like it's not horrible. It's just doesn't really hit that edge for me. But it's still an sometimes a 5 can be an okay role, actually. Like balance-wise, it's just less creative or so. Or it's the opposite. Sometimes 5 is really creative but incorrectly balanced. What I said here, this is a long one. I like rules that support other rules in the tree. Why is this in the way? But for a Nightmare one, it's either OP or useless, because you will mostly support Wolf Steers or strong rules like Confusion Wolf and Wolf Summoner. How would you deal with the Junior, Shaman and Guardian tree? Yeah, so those are also questions, because they are like daytime uses. And Junior, how can you tag 2 players? Like, really? And Shaman itself selects at daytime, so... And yeah, I can imagine like this werewolf would work really well combined with a voodoo werewolf, for example. But the problem is, it's an advanced role already of the night werewolf, so you're not really gonna see that combi very often. Some of the roles here maybe include a new werewolf riot round. Announcement will be made in January, but some of these roles can scan as really good and would be a waste to not try out. Yeah, there are definitely roles that you can absolutely balance as well in if you do Discord simulations. Punishing bad villagers only means solo voting will never feature a role that challenges good ones. Let me think of that. Yeah. True. Because if you have good villagers, the solo voting is just not gonna be a threat, usually. You have to be really good. And there's a truth to that. As long as it is balanced. Like, of course, it's not if it would be like, okay, at night select a player who you think will die, and if you lynch the killer of that role, you would immediately win. If it was just a one time, then you can just guess like a werewolf. You can just guess like, okay, hey, a villager is gonna die, or a werewolf is gonna die, and okay, they got killed by the werewolf or by the serial killer. Let's lynch that player, and hey, that's easy win. But it's too the fact that it's 2 uses makes it like, okay, I don't know, it didn't include an announcement, I think. But if it would include an announcement, that would be even better for the extremists. Because, well, not strength-wise, but that would make it even better as a role, I would say. Because then people like, okay, like, much like anarchists, they would be aware of, oh, hey, there is an extremist in the game, even if it's a random voting. We have to kill the extremist first before we do other stuff. And that's also how I think of the anarchist. Like, if you see an anarchist in game, yeah, it's not as high priority as an extremist, but I mean, it can be a fun mechanic to just have to specifically look for one player. Only weird thing is that you get those weird interactions between the evils and a role like extremist. That's kind of the awkward part of it. What was your thoughts on the double solo voter setup of the tournament, you mean? Yeah, I mean, I was not a... I like the setup, to be fair. Although sometimes it felt like the evils really lacked killing power. Yeah, I know the server tournament, yeah. I would not hate that setup. Yeah, it's also, yeah, and you wouldn't punish villager for winning, but you would punish them for ignoring the existence of the voting rule. That's true too. So does extremist? That's some good question. Sometimes that's kind of an unfortunate thing that I only learned like when we already made the list of the 25 roles. But sometimes a role was like less complete than I thought initially. So Headhunter Advanced. Select the player at night. If they get killed, your goal is to lynch their killer at the daytime. You win after 2 successful lynches. Their killer must be lynched before you die in order to count towards your goal. You can choose to give up on the killer whenever you want. Doing this will allow you to select another target the following night. In case of the players being killed by werewolves, your target will be the weakest one. Okay, so it will be the weakest one. It does not learn who the killer is. It does not learn who the killer is, no. Yeah, it learns like, okay, well, you can see like, hey, my target died by the serial killer. Okay, I know the serial killer is the killer, but you don't know which player is the serial killer. Like, otherwise you could technically really game throw with it. And it's like, oh, hey, I'm extremist. I don't really care about winning. This person is the serial killer. But no, you have to actually find out yourself who that serial killer would be in that case. That's how this role works. But yeah, this is like, that is kind of the downside of making shorts. Sometimes I liked it, but sometimes I noticed that, especially in the comments, sometimes the shorts were kind of incomplete when it comes to info. Like, if I had sometimes a role would maybe need 5 minutes to explain it properly. But alternatively, I could have put like what you see right here on the screen, like literally how the creator wrote it. I should have put that at some point in the short, because then you could pause the short or the TikTok or reel, I guess, and read it for yourself and know a little bit better what it does. That's something I should have definitely done with the shorts. Can you know how Apprentice Detective made it in? The Apprentice Detective... So yeah, maybe the information sometimes on my side was kind of incomplete in my shorts. That's... Like, I knew more than you, basically. And the judges knew more than you too. But yeah. But now it's a good thing that we do this. You can ask anything that we need to check. I want to see now for the Apprentice Detective what happened there. Apprentice Detective. Let me see. Apprentice Detective. Wait, let me first check what role is that. So apprentice detective is basically a role. You select one player at night, and the next night you select another player, and you find if they share the same team or not. And next night you compare against the player you selected previous night. It keeps going like that. It's a slower detective essentially. So apprentice detective, where the hell is that? Apprentice detective went from I initially gave it a 7, then it went to a 6.5. This is a cool role that fits well in the RL tree, strength-wise, and is easy to understand yet somewhat hard to master. That's what I put here. I don't know if that last part actually is the case, but yeah. This was in September when I looked at every role in, like, I don't know, I took 5 or 10 minutes I had for each role. So, what did I say? This is number 71. Let me check in Discord how it's stacked up over there. I definitely qualified this role, Apprentice Detective. Anyone else who did? I think it was the case. Yeah, Darius also qualified Apprentice Detective. Yeah, Darius and I had the Apprentice Detective. While making shorts, did you have a problem with the video size? Like if it cut some stuff on the sides? I don't know what you mean exactly, but I would say no, because I actually looked up an extension for, or plugin, whatever, for OBS that allows me to make vertical content. So that now I have a frame and I just record in that frame instead of like a widescreen. So I know exactly how I record it now, which is really nice. It's a change because before that I had like, I recorded in HD. That was also, the quality kind of suffered from that too, I think. I recorded in HD, but I calculated how small the screen would be, and then on the left and right I had just like black space, and then I would render it, and then in the editing software I would like cut it, like crop the video basically so that it would be vertical. That's what I literally did, but now I have a better tool, so that's nice. Lovebringer Wolf, I didn't forget it. I'm checking what roles we are, because I think that, no, there's actually no roles anymore, so we can check that. If nobody else has a role that I missed out on, then we will check the Lovebringer Wolf for you now. Lovebringer Wolf, alright. 137, what's this about? By Akba. This is a werewolf and couple. Oh yeah, that's kind of a weird combination to start with. Evil. Junior. Love werewolf. You can select 2 players to be a love couple when you are killed. You cannot select 2 werewolves. You win if the werewolves win, or if the lovers are the last survivors. So basically evil Cupid, but not like as in you select 2 players and if one of them dies, then the other one dies too. Well, it kinda, but an evil Cupid usually is able to keep selecting those players and doesn't need to die in order to happen, for that to happen, but this one does. This one, oh yeah, the lawyer is also still there. I'm gonna check the lawyer after this, if you remind me. So, what did I write about the Lovebringer werewolf? 137. I gave this role a 6. It's somewhat creative, but forming a new team upon death could lead to a lot of complications. Yeah. So first of all, I don't know what happens if one of the players you selected already died before. Like, what would happen then? No couple? And no impact? Yeah. And I just don't know if you have like 2 people. You can select werewolves, sure. But I feel like it could be a bit strange. But it's hard to put my finger on it, if you get what I mean. I will check, though, for you, if anyone else put the Lovebringer werewolf in the list. Because if that is the case, then I am interested to see what they liked about the role. Also, I'm checking the message from Darius really soon. Let's see, what number was this again? 137. No, not me. Okay, so Snake had this here. I don't think anyone else did. No, only Snake, but Snake is not here. Okay, I think we'll move on to the lawyer. Coconaut, I will check Coconaut after this one. But the lawyer is coming now. And lawyer is... Yeah, you need to have... I only check roles that were submitted in the role contest. Ask for feedback on a role. I don't know, actually. Depends on if I have the time. But yeah, I'm sure people would like to also check your role if you put it in chat at some point. So this is the lawyer, the village, good. Oh, beast hunter. So okay, beast hunter and good is already... It's not a red flag, but it's weird. Like, it has to be a bit weaker in that case already. Each night you can choose a player to protect. If the player is attacked, you die instead. So basically kamikaze... No, not kamikaze. Just more like... Yeah, sacrificing. If you're attacked while protecting, you will not die, but the player you chose to protect will die instead. Oh yeah, so I guess that makes sense. Balance-wise, at least. I did not check the boss yet. Let me check what I wrote when I judged this one. Lawyer got a 6 from me. If this is the same lawyer at least, but I think it is. Yeah, 35. A 6. Cool idea and balance, but the second paragraph in the role explanation section confused me a bit. So what was that? That's actually good that I wrote that, because now I can ask for it. If the player lawyer protected dies, because the lawyer was attacked, the lawyer gets an ability that makes it so the lawyer will die instead of the player visited. I already kind of lost what you mean here. If you can explain this again, 9 high, then, but in easier words, just in a better way, I guess. Then tell me. Cool guy. Why is it out of 5? So we have two grading systems. The first grading system was like round 1. I never really said to the other judges, okay, you have to rate every roll 1 to 10. I just said, like, you just select a list out of 25 to 30 rolls that you want to see, that you like the most. Personally, I did write everything. I did leave a note on every roll and also a grade so that I can like use it later when I needed it for comparing and just for getting back to my thoughts on a roll, why I didn't like it or why I did like it. So that's why the grades on my Excel sheet are 1 to 10. But in phase 3, we distributed 75 points per judge over 25 rolls. So... And I said, like, okay, every roll has to get 1 star or 1 point, and at most 5. Yeah, I kind of compared it to the star system. So that's where the different gradings come from. If lawyer gets attacked and because of that the person you predicted dies, you get an ability. That makes it so that the lawyer will instead of the player visit if the lawyer is attacked. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now for me. I don't know why I read it wrong then. One usability that is consumed regardless whether you get value or didn't. Can't get more than once per game. Only thing I don't get here is this kind of proposes that you get an ability to sacrifice yourself, but you have to select the ability, but you only unlock it when it already happened. So I almost feel like the ability is used at daytime, and what it does, like, okay, you just basically revive the other player and you kill yourself. That's like how it sounds to me. I might be wrong there, but that's kind of the confusing part about this role, about this ability thing. Like, I would say, like, unless you have like 2 uses, then you can use the ability after the first one on the second one, I guess. But yeah, but you have 1 use. That's what you... Oh no, never mind. I do see it now. I see it now. You have like every night you can visit, but you can only use that ability once. Yeah. The current role is the lawyer, number 35. That's the number. I'm quickly getting some drink, by the way, because I need to, yeah, hydrate a bit. Okay. I don't hate this, no. I don't think this role is that bad. It's I gave it a 6 as well. It was just a bit confusing to me. Okay, oh, okay. Now it does make more sense. I would say this is definitely a balanced role. That's first thing I would say. I could see it make it into the top 25. But yeah, it's a bit late now with the explanation, I suppose. But yeah, I couldn't have asked it earlier either, I think. So maybe if you wrote it a bit differently, I could have I would have rated it higher. Yeah, and I don't know if anyone else rated this role, really. Let me check. Lawyer, 35, right? No, I don't think anyone actually put this here. No, 35, no. So, is there a list of roles that we should check next? Because I recall we have to check a role by, I don't know that name, Tiu Hyok? I don't know, I can't pronounce that name. Sorry, I probably butchered it. Coconut, yeah, the coconut. Okay. There's no coconut, but there's a coconut friend. I don't know if that's what you mean. If this is your role, let me know. I mean, we can check it anyways. Indiscriminate. Oh yeah, like only. You mean that it couldn't. That it could kill anyone, basically. Yeah, because I guess that definitely makes sense, because then it would totally lose the information side, and then it would make the role more balanced. Yeah, there's absolutely a truth in that, I think. And even though I liked the Knight a lot, Knight was one of my favorites as well. But I have to admit, I completely had an oversight when it came to the information side of the role. Like, I thought it was literally just killing and protecting, but I wasn't really realizing that the fact that you would visit and kill a werewolf if they were a werewolf, or with evil auras, I think it worked. That it would also like basically confirm people as non-evil. That was something I completely did not realize at the time. So yeah, those things happen. It's unfortunate. Hello, Kale, Raphael. Hello, how are you doing? What was the worst roll you got? Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I should say that honestly, because I don't know. That might be kind of mean, and I don't even have like one worst roll because there are a lot of rolls that I got a 1. But I can say, well, I don't know if I want to say this even, but there was a thing basically with one of the submissions, or I think there were even 2, but yeah. I think your rolls were good too, same for Skylo, but they just didn't got it in. Yeah, what Darius is saying, yeah, that was a thing. Those got a 1 immediately, disqualified. Yeah, ChatGPT rolls, horrendous. Like, next, this is like one of the things that really killed the mood for me, because if the ChatGPT gets better, I can't do roll contests anymore, because I don't want ChatGPT rolls in my contest. I don't want to nominate rolls that are made by a bot. And in this case, the rolls were like easily identifiable as ChatGPT rolls, because they were like written in such a weird way, and like there was nothing related to the Wolvesville format. The words were so weird. I'm not gonna expose them, I think, but if that gets better at some point, if people get better at that, and we do notice it at some, but yeah, then I would probably have to stop roll contesting, because I don't know. I'm not gonna have. I don't want to make a roll contest based on ChatGPT rolls, essentially. But yeah, I'm gonna check the coconut friend. A villager, good flower child. So I think this one actually is the one that we saw in the chat, because that person also said that it was a flower child of Van's role. If I don't remember, if I remember correctly, you can give player coconut to save players from lynch once per game, and if they be lynched, the person who had to be lynched get 1 permanent vote rest of the game. So yeah, okay. Apart from the sentence being a bit confusing, what would this? How would I have rated this roll? 62. 62? This is why we use the numbers. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so what I wrote here, actually kind of easy. 62, coconut friend. I gave this roll 3. It's just a stronger flower child. That's what I said, literally. So yeah, if a roll is just a direct upgrade, apart from serial killer, like if it's a serial killer advanced roll, I let it pass, because that's really a serial killer problem. But if it's a direct upgrade, then it just, yeah, it doesn't got it, man, unfortunately. I think if you had a better counter for it, like it could have been a good roll, honestly. Like a protected player that actually gets an extra vote, like why not? Wait, what did the developer say to the semi-strong villager then? Are you the only one who gets ads? I have it on conservative, the ads, so as least ads as possible, or as few as possible, I should say. Flower Child is weak, yeah. But this one, I feel like this one might be a bit too much of a Flower Child upgrade, I would say. Remember, I responded to these as advanced roles and just said another L for SK. Yeah, I remember those comments. It is sad, but SK just needs to be villager or fork or like a regular werewolf. Just not in a role tree. They can still include it in setups, but just have it like give it no advanced roles. Like it's just everything that's like gonna be introduced to the SK. It's gonna be better SK. Like you could in theory nerf the SK. You could in theory like counterbalance it because. I don't know, you could say like, okay, you can only do it once per 2 nights, but then your ability itself is stronger. Something like that, I don't know. But, yeah. Hello, Andy. Hello, how are you doing? You got second, actually. The runner-up of the role contest. Alright, so... what is the next role that I need to check? Is there anyone who has a list for me? I think Darius has a role. Okay, yeah. Okay. The barbarians in the boss. We're gonna check the boss. The boss. Alright. What is the boss about? A cool guy, I think. 42. Cool guy. Okay, solo killer, unknown. Bandit. Okay. Bandit, we have not had that many bandit advanced roles actually. Which I'm happy with because usually they are not the best. If all unemployed players are dead, the boss and all co-bosses. Oh yeah, I think I remember this slightly. Each night the boss can hire a player to be their employee, bypassing all protection. They will thereafter count as an employee without the knowledge of being one and without the knowledge of who the boss is. The boss can get voted out by or killed by werewolves, and all employees will die with the boss, so sect leader. If you try to employ a werewolf, they will die. Promote 2 uses. Once the boss has employed at least 2 players, they can select any player of their choice to promote instead of hiring a player. This will convert the player to a co-boss and they will win with the boss. The co-bosses will know of the boss's identity. Each co-boss can employ 1 player per night, but cannot promote. So that is kind of, yeah, so that's kind of where you get a really strong role. Because you suddenly, if you, it kind of takes 4 nights before you even have 2 co-bosses. But you can get like a crazy amount of employees at some point. If co-boss tries to employ a werewolf, the werewolf will not die, that's fair. So, what is this commentary on the boss? 42. Okay, so this got a 6. Fun roll, but seems too similar to Bandit times SL. Too much, yeah. I put it like too much similarity with Sect Leader and Bandit as a crossover, pretty much. Which could be interesting, but I feel like it's a little bit too strong. And maybe a little bit too complex for this game. How many roles were submitted? Or submittable, you mean? 3 roles per player. And 165 in total. It's very much a solo converter, and I'm sure playing with it can be fun, but it has to be pretty much peak for me to say a solo converter is a good role. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really hard to make a good solo. Weaker sect leader? I don't know. To some degree, yes, but to some degree, it's also stronger because it's killing. Well, actually, is it killing better? I don't know. It's like not really similar to zombie, but at the same time, you can exponentially grow after night 4 because you have 2 co-bosses and yourself, and then you're gonna get 3 employees every night. It's crazy. I don't think it's a weaker SL either, but yeah. This roll didn't cut it for me. It got a 6 though, but yeah, not higher than that. You did well for what you can think of when it comes to solo converters. I have to say that. Because it's really hard to get good solo converters. I could check if there's anyone who qualified this role. 42. Okay, I see Snake has this role. Boss 42. Darius definitely doesn't. I don't think anyone else has, no. Yeah, co-bosses also convert employees, but if they are werewolves, they don't kill the werewolves. Only the boss can kill werewolves. Okay, what is the next one we should be going over? The bipartisan wolf, okay. Bipartisan wolf, let's see. Werewolf, evil, shadow. Yeah, how is it unique? I think there's still unique sides to conversion rules to come up with, but yeah, it's just... It always has the giving in mechanic. That's always a drawback. Were we supposed to draw rules? No, you didn't have to, but it would have been nice. Anyone who gave a cue for like, okay, like, or a clue, I guess, for like how it should look like. And especially there's also people who actually submitted role icons. Like they definitely are the best in terms of that regard, because that saves me a lot of work, first of all. Or a lot of work. It saves me work. It saves me frustration because I'm bad at drawing. Although you can judge that, I guess. I could show you what icons I drew and what icons I got sent over by people, if you want. But for this role here, quickly, the bipartisan wolf, evil, shadow. Oh yeah, this one, the one with the double lynch. So I think you all know what this one is about. If not, this one can blow a kazoo, and when it does, two players who are tied with the most vote or have the most votes will both die. And if there's tie, there's a lot of exceptions and stuff. Yeah, rules that I'm not gonna go over right now, unless you really want me to. But yeah, it's kind of a lot to explain. What did we? I'm kind of curious who voted for this. I think I did myself. This was probably one of the more popular ones amongst the judges. 51, what did I say? Okay, I gave the bipartisan a 7. Very unique. This could be a good role, but it might be underpowered. That's what I said. Because it can be used against the werewolves quite easily too. Yeah, most conversion roles aren't much different from bandit or sect leader, and if they are different, then they're more like zombie, then it's probably a bad roll. Okay, what about the ranking for this role though? So bipartisan, I selected bipartisan. Snake also selected bipartisan werewolf. Darius selected bipartisan. Only ritualist didn't. So this was definitely one of the more popular ones. It's also, yeah, here. Yeah, you voted everyone but ritualist. When we look at the round 3 points for the bipartisan wolf, how many points did it get? It was 15, so only 11. So everyone had it kind of in the middle, I think. I gave this only a 2. Snake gave the bipartisan a 3. Darius gave it a 4, and then ritualist gave it a 2 as well. Yeah. It is balanced. I would say it's balanced because it has downside, it has plus sides. How I made the icons? Yeah, 3D paint, but basically what I do is I get an icon because I have a folder of all the icons. I just get an icon. Especially with werewolves, I just pick a regular werewolf, then I change the color of it, and then I add attributes to it. And then I do an outline, and that's it. But the attributes are like either emojis or just images from the internet, or or ability icons from other roles that are already existent. So usually they're not that creative. Or they can be creative, but not like... They can definitely be better. But drawing is not my expertise, and I have also never pretended to be good at drawing. And if you really want to have a good icon for your role then you have to draw it yourself, essentially. And sometimes sometimes I can come up with something that is actually looking okay, but yeah, it kind of depends really on what the idea is behind it. Yeah, the idea of bipartisan and weighted counterplay is a very... Yeah, I understand that. Okay, yeah, I will send you the icons, or send them. Let me check, where the hell are the icons? So, what if I make... What if I hide Discord and roll contests? Oh, not that one. Browser. Let's see. Okay, if I do this, roll contest 2024. So I'm gonna drag all of them in, and then you get to see. I will sort them based on whether I drew them or someone else, or yeah, basically the creator. I didn't really ask anyone to draw the icons for me, to be fair. Biggest shame with the icons, to be fair, is that I had for some icons I actually had ability icons as well, but I completely forgot to use them in the shorts. With the Dweller, Elector, Banshee, Astral, Extremist, Ambassador, and Signature Wolf. So if I put them here, holy moly, they're all so big. Oh. I can't resize them at the same time. That's super annoying. Okay, that's kind of annoying because they're like really big. Ghost Commander, the Astral's still kind of big. Charming Wolf. This one, I always forget if it's Elector or Bounty Hunter because they look kind of similar. Paladin. And with the Signature Wolf. Wolf Ambassador. Extremist. And now we see a little bit better. Okay, so if we go to this, okay, down are the rolls that I drew, so that's this one. Astral, I also drew this one, but I at least got a Q for this one. Actually, I got a Q for most of them. Most people gave me the idea of what I had to draw. This one is clearly based off the Ghost Lady, if you couldn't tell already. The Charming Wolf is the one that actually selects a player. No, the Charming Wolf, I think it was like, yeah, I did select a player, but it's a junior of advanced role, and if it dies, then everyone who interacted with that player, or with the Charming Wolf, I don't know which of the two, those would all be bound together, yeah. I don't think Junior's broken either. I don't think so. If there's any broken junior advanced role, it definitely has to be the Wolfluencer. With the right people. In Sandbox it's not that strong because people don't know how to use this. I recall that those two, the Chained Wolf and the Weather, were the original designs from someone, from the creator. Falconer definitely not. That was one of the hardest. Duelist Wolf was... Ooh, Duelist Wolf. I think that one was not designed by me. Wizard was... Winter Wolf was definitely, but that was one of the easiest ones. Yeah, it's basically a werewolf, white, and then a snowflake icon. Collector also, one by me. Boogeyman, also. I also did the Knights. I did most of them. Executioner, this is probably the most ugly icon that I made, honestly. But yeah, I made it. Apprentice Detective, also kind of generic. I know the sizes are not really correct. As you can see, most of them, I made most of them. But yeah, Ghost Commander. Charming Wolf, also very easy one. Okay, Donkey Wolf was actually an original design from someone. Also, Wolf Suffragist was. I think those two were both from Chili Willy. Paladin was mine. Wolf, Signature Wolf, also mine. Wolf Ambassador was from me. And Extremist was not from me. So here you can see. I know it's a bit of a mess right here in the bottom. But all the bottom ones are drawn by mine. So the 6 on the top are the ones that I got submitted by people, and the other ones are all drawn by mine. You can rate them if you want to. Personally, I don't really take pride in any of those icons, to be fair, because I know they're not the best. If I'd hired like an actual role designer, they would have been a lot better. But yeah, I mean, for me, there is like some roles work with simplicity, like Charming Wolf, Winter Wolf. Knight maybe as well, though Knight could have been better, I guess. But Boogeyman also kind of good, I suppose. And Astral, this was like, someone put an emoji of how the Astral was supposed to look like, so that kind of helped. But yeah, when it comes to, I don't know, Bipartisan Wolf, Wolf Ambassador is kind of ugly, in my opinion. Executioner as well. Ghost Commander also. Yeah, so Signature Wolf, I don't know. So why didn't you... I actually didn't know, because at the time, I didn't know if I could hire... I didn't want to pay someone to make those icons, honestly. Because I didn't feel like investing money in these icons. Also, I didn't really know if anyone wanted to design them at that time. And I also didn't want to spoil all that much, preferably. Like, honestly, I don't know. I have someone who designs icons for me. For the political update joke video, for example, April 1st. Ouroboros actually designed it. And I have also hired Ouroboros for another project of mine that I'm actually gonna release like in an hour or even less on a different channel of mine. But yeah, that's actually the first time I paid someone for art, for making art of me, for me. No, not of me, for me. I remember seeing journalist in... Journalist? Let me see. You mean the icon of the journalist? Like the one that they... Which icon do you mean? Like the actual journalist in-game? Or the journalist by Darius Brawl? Because I can also... look at that. Where is it? Okay, laggy. Okay. Here you see the... This is the journalist from Darius Brawl. Also, if I would put this one here... This one is also designed by Darius Brawl. Ask Cam next time. Does Cam actually do that for free though? You would have designed them? Yeah, you could have. I mean, you are definitely better at designing icons than me. I know that. See you later, 9 high. Yeah, definitely. Darius journalist is better than journalist in game. Darius journalist is a good role, and journalist in game is a bad role. So it's a pretty easy one. No, when it comes to like comparing the icons from this year and last year, I think what I did was probably better this year. But yeah, that's something you may also assume when I, with 1 year more of experience, also with graphical things. Some icons look so goofy from last year. I still have them. Signature wolf. What do you think of the signature wolf icon? Because honestly, last year I also got icons from the creators last year. But look, if you look at let's see, what's like an actual bad icon last year I made? I would say the idea is very simple, but this one looks the face is just bad. I don't know. It looks like someone actually said it looks like a Roblox character like last year. I remember that. So that was the farmer. What else did we have last year? What's also another one that I was not really happy about? Operator, makeup artist. Here, this one. Makeup artist. This one has like lower opacity, so you can see through it, which is not even supposed to be a thing. They would not do that in Wolf, so actually. Signature, yeah, most icons I stole it from an icon before and then I tweaked it. And yeah, signature wolf is indeed one that I based off the scribe. Wizard I didn't do. Wizard not. This one is based on the sect leader, but I changed the shape a bit and definitely the eyes. Charming wolf and bluff werewolf is probably jelly wolf. Ambassador is regular werewolf. Wolf Ambassador was probably a werewolf fan. Paladin. Ooh, Paladin, I don't know. Probably someone else. Knight was actually based off an outfit rather than a role, because someone said it should look like an outfit, a certain outfit in the game. Collector is actually based off the apprentice book icon, which is an ability, I think. But I've not really seen it in game. This one I got from the internet, I think. Or I did those two, I don't know, man. The Elector and the Bounty Hunter. This one is based off the detective, the apprentice detective. The Falconer is one I made myself. The Falcon itself, I did download the Falcon image and then I made it simpler. The Boogeyman is based off the werewolf fan. This one obviously Ghost Lady. This one is not based off any icon. This one actually, interestingly, Ghost Commander is based off the Shadow Wolf. Yeah, true. Most wolf icons use in-game assets. That's actually true. They're all based off the regular werewolf, pretty much. You like the Astral and the Collector. Yeah, the Collector though... Collector is not my proudest work, especially given the context of it. Astral is like okay, I would say. If I think like what's my favorite, probably Winter Wolf or Charming, because it's so simplistic that was like pretty easy to do and it doesn't have to, and it doesn't immediately look bad, but yeah, even those could be better. A Banshee could have been really good too, but I kind of messed up with the face, I think. Oh yeah, that poll. I saw that poll about the roles that he wanted to bring in the game, or that he pulled. Fans of the role, yeah, of spy, journalist, locksmith, ghost wolf. I think Greymaker was there. Yeah, I mean, kind of a case of like, well, I would like to see a role, but I don't know. Those roles are not that inspiring. But I don't see how they're gonna add a new role, in another way. Oh, there is a queue actually. I forgot about the queue. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with the queue because we still have. I'm gonna hide all the. I'm gonna remove all the icons real quick. We are gonna continue, and Darius is also gonna share some icons then. You were so disappointed that test new rule. Yeah, I don't know which one actually won it. I didn't even know, but like if there was one that should have won it, I don't even. I always forget what the locksmith does exactly. I saw the queue. Yes, seamstress is what we're gonna do next. Oh, there is no seamstress. What if I look for... No. There's no seamstress, so this role, unfortunately, is not gonna work. The Charming Wolf. I'm gonna check the Charming Wolf for you, because Darius forgot what it does, but we already talked about it. Junior Advanced, yeah. Once player select someone to charm, if you die, all players that interact with that charmed player will be bound together. Yeah, okay. Ghost Wolf and Spy. Oh, not the Spy. Ghost Wolf is okay, I would say. Hopefully it gets the right roll tree, but... I mean, it has flaws, but... Of those rules, I would say Ghost Wolf belongs to the better ones. So when it comes to the Charm Wolf... let me check. What did we do with the Charm Wolf? 46, that's the number. So what I wrote about Charming Wolf, I gave this an 8 actually. This was one of my favorites. This is a really good role idea. It requires this right stretch and you need to read well who is going to be interacted with. You could, yeah, select an informer, but then you're also going to only, I mean, get the protectors bound. Will other werewolves know who is bound, and will players know if they are bound charmed? Those are questions that I asked about this role. This role might also get too hard. This role might also be too hard to pull off a great chain. So I did have some critics, and in hindsight, it could have been placed lower. I do understand why people would not like the role. Now I am gonna check though if we have anyone who voted for this. Where are the votes coming from, the Charming Wolf? So that's 46, so that's me. Not Ritualist. Or not the Snake. I think I was literally the only one. Yeah, I was the only one, but it was one of my favorites. So that's why I got to put it in round 2 in this list. And then I apparently had it even as the highest roll even on my list. Yeah. So I had this. So I don't know. I can't tell you what it beat for me. The Charming Wolf beat the Wizard on this list. The Donkey Wolf, the Bipartisan Wolf, the Dweller, and the Winter Wolf. And all the other roles that did not qualify. Something I want to show still that I have not done is I want to show you the role that was like the 26th best role, because I've not even shown you what we have missed out on. The Stifler, number 11, by Noobs 69. Soda Killer Unknown. I kind of forgot what this already does. Like, it's been the time ago. An SK Advanced role. Cannot 2 players each night, so they suffocate the next day. Suffocated players need to lynch someone who does not belong to their team to survive, and they die if they send more than one message. Players that get suffocated twice die. Yeah, so it has what was that again? I think it's the Elector was similar, but then the opposite of the Elector, essentially. So this role actually came in 26th. I mean, I could see why a lot of you would like this more than the Astral, I guess. But when it comes to my rating for the Stifler... Where is that? 11, oh yeah. I gave this a 4 only. Unique but a bit too strong for the SK roll tree, and it feels unfinished. Don't know why I put it there. So, that was my commentary initially. Yeah, we're still streaming. I have like a half an hour, then I have to go because I have to cook still. Let's see what did people vote for the Stifler in the Discord. Oh, did I not show you guys the role description? So, round 1 lists. Not me. Not Snake. Darius had it here. Okay, only Darius had the Stifler in the top 25 or something. Then in round 3, Darius surely had it very highly. Not oh no, that's no round 3. That's not correct. Round 2 rankings. In 4th place, yeah. A Ritualist said Stifler in the middle somewhere, 6th, 7th. I had it in the bottom, and Snake had it mid top. So I was like actually the only one who was not really a big fan of the Stifler. What about Flagger? When it comes to the Stifler, I don't know. Hello, Lavit. Also, I'm gonna quickly check the DM from Darius. Oh. I don't know if these icons are... Darius, if possible, can you send them in the roll contest server, because then I can actually show them more easily. Because if I go to your DM, I might also, yeah, show some of our DMs, including the code that I sent you for judging, if you haven't redeemed that yet. Who made Flagger? I don't know, actually. I have no clue. I'm checking if there's still a queue. The seamstress is the bybard. Yeah, okay. All the queue is empty right now. Meaning I can show you guys the anything else I want. I can that you want. I can show. I'm gonna check other roles. Yes, if you have a role that I should check, then let me know. We are currently through our queue with roles that we should check. So, or do you mean roles that are not in the submitted in the role contest? Are you not online on Twitch right now? I'm not online on Twitch right now. No, because if I do that, the stream is gonna notice more lag. Yeah. Yesterday I was live on Twitch actually, but not with Wolvesville. Yesterday I got an inspiration peak and created 2 roles. I'm gonna submit them the next role contest. Okay, yeah, you have to keep the ideas for a long time, because next role contest is gonna wait at least half a year, if not longer. Although I do have an idea for some sort of variation to a roll contest actually, but it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm thinking of doing something. I don't know if I can. I can technically share it, I guess, but so what I'm thinking of doing this year for April Fools in 2025 is make a roll contest, but actually with troll rolls. So I'm going to like not go. I don't want to spend too much time on it, as in not. I don't want to have it as serious as this one, and I'm also not going to give a prize to it. But basically, on April Fools in 2025, I want to look at the 10 funniest rolls, basically. So if you have a troll idea for a roll, it shouldn't be like too outrageous, I guess. But you have to phrase it right and everything like that. But that's something that might come for April Fools soon, in 4 months already. Or 3, I guess. Because it's like end of December. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. I'm gonna announce that someday. Like, if I were to do that, probably at the end of February. But that's not like a serious roll contest. You sent the icons in chat, okay. So these are icons. Godfather, Boonwolf, Barista. Wait, let me think of the Barista. What was that one? Oh yeah, that one with the, yeah, the President idea. Writers Club, Server, Florist. This is the Florist. They look really cool. Yeah, they're so much better than what I design. So that's clear. I like this one as well. I don't know what it says, the characters on them. But I like how the coffee actually spills out of it. They're the cool icons. Definitely a lot better than what I do. Charming move overrated. Okay. I mean, every role, pretty much every role has fans. And there were even astral fans, so... Oh, by the fandom. Oh. Oh, you think the charming move is not as good as the fans think it is. Well... You know, initially, when I started releasing the shorts and I read the comments, I was like, oh, I actually talked with the judges in this Discord. I was like, I was just not convinced that we made the right choices. I was like, okay, we're getting a lot of negative feedback in the sense of like, okay, we made our rankings worse. Why is this role on the list? You know, that type of stuff. But the later we got, the more positive it became, so that's a good sign. And what really helped me is that even the fans disagreed with each other. Like, there were people had an absolutely different opinion than 7 Stars had like different opinions. Upto also left his opinions so now and then. So there were all different opinions. And I think Absolute is someone who looks for creativity in roles. That's literally what you said in the chat earlier today. And you were a fan of Astral, yeah. And then there was Monstrosity / 7 Stars. That guy was totally the opposite. He was like looking very much at balance. And creativity didn't matter too much to him. And balance is like, okay, if you look at what roles should make it into the game, or what roles would be good for ranked specifically, then balance is a major factor. Like, probably more important than creativity. But if it comes to a role contest that you want to see new ideas, like, that could maybe work, but at least the idea should be good, then creativity is just more important. For me, at least. But I'm happy that I have ranked players in the judge team, like Darius, who actually knows more about balance than me. I would say Astral is a bit stronger than Medium. Like, sometimes it can be useful to get the information quite quickly, but I would say Astral in ranked competitive, in ranked, Astral would not be too horrible in terms, because the fact that you don't have any chat at night, but everything is a day, means that you have like to keep up with 2 chats. I mean, the normal chat is like way busier than the night chat. But the werewolves, if there's dead people, then yeah. it kind of depends. If they are like separate tabs, it could be easier. But if they would appear in one chat all, and just have a different font, I guess, then it could be so annoying to keep track of 2 chats at the same time. So I don't think it's like that bad. And in terms of creativity, like the idea is, I can also think of that idea, but within its role tree right now, it would be creative because every medium advanced role acts at nighttime. Or at least the talking happens at nighttime. I mean, the ritualist and the conjurer select at daytime, but or can select at daytime. So yeah, astral balanced, maybe not the best of this whole contest, but the combination of, okay, it adds a day mechanic to a medium advanced role, that was already great. That was actually something that made it good for me, good enough for me. Not like top 10 good, but yeah. It seemed to be the weakest version of the medium. It, in some regards, yes, but I would say having direct access to night chat, or to the dead chat, I should say, at daytime. Like, if the seer dies at night, you can just immediately know their info as astral. That's like the part that Skylo talks about, probably. I think that's the only upside that the astral really has. And the downside is that it's so much harder to keep up with 2 chats at the same time. That's like the downside of it. And I think there was another downside too. Yeah, and then you have like the thing with, okay, the grace period, that someone who gets revived doesn't get to vote, but also doesn't get to die in the next night. I think those two, although the vote, the not being able to die is probably a little bit stronger, the fact that you cannot vote can be detrimental to your team, so... So yeah, Astral, I think Astral deserved its 25th place in the ranking. 24th could have been the case too, if there was something worse, but I don't remember. I think with Astral game, it'd be easier to balance the strength of village versus evils. Yeah, maybe. Am I gonna check out other roles? If you leave your role name in the comment, I will check if I can find it in the form, and then I will check it. No, I didn't factor in role trees. I did factor them in when it comes to the creative part, like how unique is it within its role tree. I didn't factor them in as in, okay, role tree is satisfied, that should be a down for the role. That's not how I looked at it. You put Astral at 16, so yeah, that's something I would not have done. That would be too high for me, but I think it was fair to have it in the top 25 for me. And in the end, like if we look at the round 3 points, Astral only got 7 points. That's like less than 2 points on average per judge. If you look at it, this one here, Ritualist gave Astral a 1, Darius gave Astral a 1, Steak gave Astral a 2, and I gave it a 3 in that case. Yeah. So I was the biggest fan of the Astral of the judges. Yeah, so when it comes to making a link to a community post for the forum to be public, I would love people to be able to read the roles, because they can make their own top 25 if they want to. The only problem I have with it is that people who have access to the link can delete responses. See you later, love it. So that's actually kind of a problem I would have with that. Other than that, I would post it, but I don't want to risk people deleting the responses from others. Astral is the strongest villager in the game. You think so? I don't know, man. There is the ranking thing in Microsoft. Wait, huh? Hello, I'm good. How are you? I don't know. Wait, I saw you early in the stream. You were Ulatora, I think, right? If I didn't misremember that. So if any of you wants to see how the ratings were from a specific judge, read what I said about day revive. Yeah, the day revive, Astral day revive is a lot better than night revive 2. Seer dies night 1, you revive Seer day 1 and it's protected night 2 and gets to check night 2 immediately. And if Seer someone else dies later, you get their info. Yeah, there is a point in that. It's kind of, so that's kind of where it comes. Like, if you are a good player, you can keep up with high pace. This role is good, really strong. But if you are, for new players, this role wouldn't be that strong, honestly. But yeah, new players, I don't know how much new players would get into this role because it's an advanced role, of course. Isn't there a preview view? Let me check. I mean, if it's there. Let's see, where the hell do you send that? What I could do, I guess, is I could make a sheet out of it and share that. But it's really annoying to read sheets, I think, at least. Or a CSV even. Oh yeah, I just literally clicked on that. Make this a quiz, yeah. I think this would be preview. No. So if I send this. Yeah, the problem is I have to use editor mode, I think. No, I don't need that. So these are a link and this is an embed. Yeah, I don't know. I could add an editor, but I'm going to quickly hide this then because I think there might be email addresses of people. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so the problem is if Darius or Ritualist, if you're there, goes into this form, you go to a question or just an individual answer. There should be, if you see a bin there that you can delete an answer, then that means that everyone who would be a public editor is gonna be able to do that. But if there is a preview view, then I could do it. Duelist and Ambassador, rank 23 and 24 for you. Yeah, Winterwolf was too similar to the hibernating werewolf to some degree for me. Look, if I look at how I rated Winterwolf here in the final round, winter, where you at? In the bottom somewhere, I think, or not. No, here. I only gave it a 2, yeah. So the only role I gave a 1 was the Bluff Werewolf. I didn't like the Bluff Werewolf, to be fair. And yeah, I didn't give a 5. I gave 4s to Signature, Wolf Ambassador, Banshee, a Duelist Werewolf. Or yeah, it says Dueling Werewolf, but it's Duelist Werewolf. The Knight, the Executioner. Yeah, those are the best ones for me. By partisan, yeah. By partisan, I only got 2 out of 5 for me, but yeah. I can see why you like it, though. A snake has Donkey Wolf with 1 because he disliked the theme. Apprentice Detective, I don't know why he did that one, but there's probably a good reason. Dweller because he also didn't like it. He felt like it was too out of place and didn't like the theming. Wolf Ambassador's signature got a 5 from him, as well as the wizard. Okay. Oh, we have more icons from Darius. I think I do recognize something like this. I mean, it's literally a werewolf fan. Oh, these are not even... No, oh. Those are not new rolls. They are like reskins of rolls, of course. This looks cool. I like the werewolf fan icons. This one is cute. The fortune teller. I think you also made a different fortune teller one. This one is very similar to a certain stubborn werewolf icon from a birthday event a couple years ago. I like the bell ringer is really cool though. Yeah, Donkey was gross, but I don't think that theming would be a problem. I mean, that theming would be a problem, but theming as a factor of judging a role is not a problem for me. Icon 3 is... Oh, it's its own role, okay. Can we skip to astral description? I don't know how though. Wait, this does work like this. It's so... Why does it not even feature... Oh, it doesn't even feature all the roles. That's weird. Why does it not even feature all the roles? Hello Google, how are you doing? What is the Zuko? Oh, thank you for the donation. Right, Tony Pig. Thank you for the donation. For the... I think it's a super sticker, right? I always forget about YouTube terms. Why did I dislike Buff Werewolf? Also, let me put on the music real quick. Or different one this time. So, Bluff Werewolf. This is gonna be the last thing I will do, by the way. Before I need to say some stuff about next year, and then I'm gonna leave this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave because I have to cook soon. So, the Bluff Werewolf. What is this about? Again, I need to see it. Shaman. Oh yeah, the Bluff Werewolf. The problem I have with the Bluff Werewolves is that I see problems with the offline thing. Let me check what I actually wrote exactly about it. Also, for some reason this... Okay, there you go. Bluff Werewolf 69? I think, yeah. So I gave this a 6 initially, so it's not like bad, but I said like I like this role, but I only missed the explanation on whether the dressed player can interact with that chat or not. This role could be awesome for faking protectors as werewolf. Yeah, so this is what I said about the Bluff Werewolf, but I can foremost also foresee a lot of problems when it comes to how is... If there's like people voting for a certain player and the player then gets saved because they're affected by the dress, by the corpse dress, like how is that gonna appear in the chat? How are people going to think like they're actually protected? Is it gonna be like a flower child saved them? Is it gonna be a jelly wolf saved them? I don't know. That's kind of unclear. And if it's not, if it's like if there's like a new message for the bluff werewolf specifically, that everyone knows that this player has been saved by the bluff werewolf, or yeah, that they're actually dead, but that it appears as live. So then it kind of makes the ability pointless. And yeah, with protectors at night it could work because yeah, nobody gets needs to get it's no public notification for that if someone is protected. But when it really becomes a problem is when you have a jailer or a gunner shooting a player and then that player appears to be still alive and there is still a message in the chat like the gunner shot this player. Like, how are you gonna make it look like this player actually is alive, even though it also said the gunner shot them? And that's what I have. That's the problem I have with the bluff werewolf. It doesn't feel like it worked out. Though if it was worked out, it would have been higher on my list because it has a cool premise. It's better than both Jelly and Guardian, yeah. It should be able... Yeah, so it's... I kind of miss some info on this role. And sometimes sometimes you can interpret... If someone misses info in their description, sometimes you can interpret that as a judge. Like, okay, it doesn't get specified, but it would almost definitely work like this. But with this role, I just don't know. I cannot fill that in. Any comments on my... SL5... Oh yeah. You already said that though. I already commented on that, I think. Yeah, they would officially appear as dead if they get killed again. So when the gunner shoots the bluffed villager, it's officially appear as dead, but actually it wouldn't because it's the opposite. Or unless the gunner shoots for the second time, then it would kill it. But the whole thing of the bluff werewolf is that if you shoot a villager, the player is dead. Or shoot anyone with the corpse stress on, that player is dead, but it appears as if they are alive, which is strange. And you could do that with at night. You need night kills from werewolves. You can like, okay, the werewolves kill, I don't know, the doctor. Doctor appears like they're alive. Village thinks that nobody died, so someone has saved. And that's why I also said like, okay, this could be good for werewolves protecting, faking protective roles. But yeah, as soon as it comes to village killing, it's just gonna be weird. What about a role like the Doctor, but for werewolves, apart of the Jelly Wolf? I don't know, man. Doctor is, if you specifically would protect from night attacks, that would be extremely weak because you just protect werewolves from solos. Like there are only a few scenarios when that's useful, honestly. But yeah, it wouldn't really sound practical. And if it could protect anyone from any ability all the time, then it's the totally opposite thing. Then it's completely busted, because you can just completely make someone uncheckable. Plus, if the seer is like, okay, I'm gonna check this werewolf, and you are protecting that player, and that protection actually saves that player from being checked, then the seer also knows there's something going on because they cannot check the player. Like, what would even appear there? So that would be kind of shady. Ones that don't have reveals or kill. Yeah, that would be nice. I know, but it's hard to come up with roles that are actually balanced. But yeah, I think for this stream, I'm gonna stop ranking the roles right now. I need to say some thing about 2025, namely that next year I will be uploading less videos and I will be doing more streams. So if you enjoy being here, good news for you, because next year I am going to completely switch around my schedule actually. So that means instead of 1 stream and 3 videos a month, I will do 1 video a month and 3 streams per month. So mostly streams and less videos. That has to do with some, with the fact that I kind of want to build a Nintendo channel too, and I need a bit more time also there to make videos. I'm also going to upload over there once a month only, but I want to just make sure that I can provide the highest quality. And I have like recently seen the gameplay videos, like even Lucky Color especially, it kind of doesn't really connect to the audience anymore. I don't feel like many people want to see my gameplay videos, and that is fine, but it also means that I'm better off if I stream instead instead of the gameplay videos, and if I spend the time in bigger videos. And streaming is easier, it takes less time, but that means that I have more time to put in video quality. So that's something I'm gonna do next year. Whether you like it or not, you can let me know. But yeah, that's something that's gonna change. But when it comes to videos though, the few videos that I will be posting next year will all be update videos and top 10s, rankings, guides, stuff like that. Just like the things that actually people want to see. Yeah. Lazy people stream. Ah, shut up. That's you, Dan. You're also talking yourself. And actually, I would not say my schedule is not going to be any easier, because I'm going to run 2 channels similarly. On top of that, I also have music that I make. And next year, I want to try to release 1 or 2 actual tracks, new tracks. Because now I have been working a lot on my old music, and today, like a couple minutes ago actually, I think, the teaser of my album for 2025 is actually just released, and that's also a project that I need to spend time on right now. And someone actually in my community, I can show you something cool if you want to. Let's see, where can I find it? I have cover art for my album that someone in my community made. You might want to just check that back to the end of the VOD once stream ends. Yeah, if you want to see stuff about unfortunately, love it. I'm not going to check roles anymore because I need to cook soon. I'm in charge of the food today. This is a 4K image. So this is something that Ouroboros made for me. Paid. This is the... I don't know. Yeah, it should be a little bit smaller. There you go. So this is my album cover art. Really beautiful. I really like it. You guys can rate it if you want. This is what Ouroboros made for me. Yeah, my birthday was in September. Digital is... Oh, digital writing. Let him cook. I have done a baking stream not too long ago. In November, I think. Yeah, on Twitch though. But yeah, that's everything I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions, you can still ask them in the comments after the stream, and the judges and I can still look at the questions if I need to if I need an opinion from any of the judges, I will let them know. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks for being here, guys. Also, thanks for the donation for from Right Tony. And do you know of other YouTubers who rank roles? No, there are no other YouTubers that rank roles so far. I know. Really, yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the very late happy birthday. It's almost been 4 months ago, but okay. See you later.